This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
Yeah, Full House. Wow. Hello. Hope you're ready for a good week. Hope you had a good weekend and week. It's the Hyenas. We got a full team. We're all back in the house. The starting 5 is here. If we were the show Full House, who's who?
Okay. Who's who? So I'll say that.
Because I'm John Stamos. I'm John Stamos.
You're John Stamos. I'll be Bob Saget.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Who's the little girl twins?
Mike and Zach are the Olsen twins. And Venetia is Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah, and who's Hey Bert?
Hey Bert?
Yeah.
It's the fucking the dirt on the floor.
Yeah, welcome to another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christy's here.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm
Wait,
fucking hungover, guy.
Are you being honest with his guys, or are you being honest with his guy?
I'm being honest with you, guy and guys.
Yeah, I mean, are you a chain out guy, or are you a guy with a chain who happens to be out?
Guy, I'm 100% nauseous.
Yeah.
Okay, I could go down. I feel like I'm gonna pass. The kid's hungover. Patty Fly Balls called me yesterday at 6 p.m. I was fucking snuggled cute in that love sack.
You had a real city worker night last night.
Listen to the rain, and then Patty Fly Balls is like, I fucking made you game. And I said, what? He said, I made you game. And I said, all right. So he told me to meet him at Penzi, it's called, right next to MSG. And then we just started banging out Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And then it got, by the time the first period started at 7:05, I was already 2 beers in. And so I was getting
Which means 4, because you live your life 2 in.
I live my life 2 in, right.
Yeah.
So I was loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
And then it got one of those things where, guy, I don't remember how I got home. I mean, I looked at my phone this morning, and the last text I have for you was, Chris, please don't hit any Muslims.
Yeah, I was
That's
about
what
to
you
say.
said.
You've been cracking a few brews lately.
Yeah.
And you told a couple of FFs what you feel.
What I feel, well,
You've let some things fly.
well, the truth is,
You had to check a couple of guys.
I had to check a couple.
Guys got to be checked once in a while.
Yeah, I had to check a couple of guys, and it's one of those things. I'm telling you, man, I just been out there living my fucking life.
Yeah.
Just celebrating who I am.
Yeah.
And who I am is just a nice Nazi. No, no more of those jokes. No more of those
Yeah,
jokes.
no
Sorry,
more
that was the
NNs.
last one.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
where you got this nice Nazi NN thing coming.
Yeah,
This-
no, sorry,
You said
sorry,
it last episode. What does it
Yeah.
mean, nice
I
Nazi?
just feel happy and free because I like a girl and she likes me back.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but I told you
Yeah.
there's a checklist we got to go over to make
yeah,
sure it's good.
yeah.
Should we go over the checklist?
Yeah, okay, let's go over the checklist. No names. All she's known as is 420.
Yeah, 420.
Because that's her birthday.
Which, unfortunately, like we said, I think it was last episode, that's exactly the way that certain people are identified by your ancestors.
Yeah, 420. Just numbers.
By numbers.
So, unfortunately, 420. She knows about the podcast. She knows she's called 420, and she just remained safe.
So she's listening right now.
She told me.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? No,
Hi.
She told me she won't join the Patreon or anything, but she said she is just here for the content.
Okay,
if
I'm
that
just
means
gonna
anything.
I'm gonna just come out and ask it.
Yeah.
Oh, so she said I'm here for the content.
She
So
just
she
said
has
she is
listened.
here for the content, but she's just.
Does she have fakes? I'm just coming straight
She's
out.
got
and
no
asking.
fakes.
She's got realies.
She's got no fakes.
She's got natties.
She's got natties, and she's got a nice fat ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we gotta
You gotta just okay.
we gotta figure out. There's a whole line of questioning you gotta figure out, guys. Okay, when you're out there and you're trying to date a girl,
Yes.
you want to meet a girl. It's like John Travolta said in Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
You got your nice girls, and then you got your other type of girls. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say it because I'm a gentleman.
Who is?
And horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got you two types of girls.
Yeah, well, that wasn't me. That was Patrick Marooney.
That was bad. Yeah, this is, how you doing? This is Sean Terry. You know, I got to say something, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Bernie and all these fucking people. I hear Bernie one more time.
Yeah.
I tell you right fucking now.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking put you in the grave.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
I don't want no fucking socialists in
Yeah.
my country.
That's what it is.
Yeah, if you want a fucking socialist, we'll catapult you right over that fucking wall.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk for a second while I find it.
Okay, so just real quick, because I forgot to do this in the first 2 minutes. Real quick, I just want to say, encompassing, we're not going to get into it. I just want to say, Venetia is screwed in. Moving on. I just want to say, and then I want.
And she told you that you could not be Chrissy Truth serums and say anything more.
She said I
she's
could say
fucking screwed in.
Girl screwed in. You could say that.
She's borderline sniffing truffles.
Yeah, she's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Mike Emoji Face is back.
Yeah, Mike Emoji Face is back and he's breathing on my neck.
Yeah.
So go to historyhyenas.com for all our live stuff coming up. Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Gramercy Theater is a hard sellout now. We're not even going to be queuing and be like, oh, let's open tickets. We open tickets and then you guys fucking ate them like wild hyenas and spin them back out. You ate the bones and everything. It's a hard sellout. ChristyComedy.com, YannisPapasComedy.com for all upcoming dates. New York City, November 29th to 30th, Gotham Comedy Club for me, and November 21st, 23rd, House of Comedy, Minnesota. Cute.
Yeah, and also, guys, go follow Mike. Go follow
Yes.
Mike. What's your handle?
Mike V. Suarez.
Yeah, Mike, we were barely staying afloat without you this week.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
I am very
we came
buoyant.
we came
Yeah,
up with
you are- yeah.
we came up with a new rule. If you leave and aren't here for another Monday, Chris is going to roll out a catapult. And
Yeah.
you and all your family members are going fucking over the wall.
Over the wall.
Yeah, you're getting over the wall. No matter where you land, you're going up in the air.
Yeah, if you leave again, you're not going to have to explain stuff to me. You're going to have to explain stuff to ICE because
Yeah.
I'm calling them.
Yeah. And we also figured out that, if Trump gets reelected, we tried to see if there was a dilemma. What if they try to deport your family?
Well, they can't because my family, they're Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
So they're naturalized born American citizens.
Yeah, but what if he changes the rules?
If he changes
You're going to be torn.
If he changes the rules, like you said, we're going to have to hide my daughter like Aunt Frank.
It's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
Baby, get back down into the
It's
silo.
just what it is, but the situation's not safe.
Telling Puerto Ricans to be quiet is going to be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, but my kid's got a violent streak, and let's be honest, my kid will hit an officer. It's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
And she'll call him officer.
She'll say, listen.
And that's the last thing he's going to hear before he gets struck.
Yeah.
Officer, listen, you're treating me like I'm a minority right now. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm filming you. That's why my camera's out, because you violated my laws, and my father happens to be Chris Stefano from Geico. So you better just back the fuck up.
That's what it is.
All right, 'cause my father's Andrew Schultz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my father knows Andrew Schultz. At some point, he knew him
Yeah.
before he got arrested.
Yes.
'Cause Chrissy going down too.
Yeah.
So all right. So here's the checklist. Okay. Now, this is science. This is the part of this. When we do these things, this is scientific study.
Yes.
This is science right
Yep.
here. So, fellas, if you want to know if you got a good girl and if you can proceed, these questions have to be fulfilled.
Okay.
Does her dad say "I love you" at the end of phone calls?
Okay.
Does he?
He does.
He says "I love you."
He says,
he
"I
doesn't
love
say "live like the way Lynn does."
Just
love
says
you.
love you. No, I asked her specifically. She said he uses the word "I love you."
So you did ask her.
I asked her all these questions.
I was just
out loud.
kidding with you, you fucking psycho.
I asked her out loud and she was laughing, so that's why I just think it's cute.
Okay. And does he check on her?
He checks on her all the time.
He checks on her seat, make sure she's safe.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, what does he do?
I don't know.
You need to know what the father
They're from
does.
Iowa.
They're
So
from
I-
Iowa.
Yeah, so I don't know what
Okay.
he does. It's something in the farmland.
Okay, it has to deal with wrestling or corn.
Yeah, it's what it is.
It's got to
Yeah.
be one or the other.
Yeah, I do know who her father votes for, though. And
Yeah.
it's to the right.
You saying him and Lynn could hold hands going to the voting
Yeah,
booth?
I'm just saying him and my mom will have a lot in common and they'll just have a lot of happy memories.
Yeah, they'll have a couple giggles over some Lindsays at Rudy's.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They'll
Yeah.
agree over some things.
Yeah.
There won't be any disagreements if they're eating Lindsay's in Eileen's house downstairs.
No, it's just-
because the doors are always open.
Yeah.
Of both apartments, they're always open.
Yeah, always open.
Yeah. Okay. So we got those answered. Now, like I said, a girl's relationship with her mother is no biggie. Because
Doesn't matter.
They end up growing up, and then it's just two women who can
Yeah.
both give birth fighting. That's what
It's fine.
happens.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Now Venetia's she's screwed in and she's not even paying attention to the podcast.
Yeah, it's just
anymore.
what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I told you the father's crucial, and then I sent you a picture of me flexing in the mirror in my parents' gym.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
great.
just going. Yeah.
Which, by the way, thank you for posting on History Hyenas. I woke up today to what my Grindr profile would look like. I like how Hyenas just posted his jacked arms, and he just let me go full body with dad socks on and dad shoes.
Yeah.
It's like, if you would have went full body, guy, it would have been different.
Yeah,
But there's nothing I could do right now. That is my profile on Grindr.
Yeah, it is your profile, and you look good in it. You sent it to me because you were telling me you look good.
No, but I just want to give just a little addendum to the fellas and ladies that saw that pic. That was me 3 months ago. I've got more jack since then.
Yeah, so we're gonna do an updated Grindr picture.
Yeah, but
then we want to see Mike Emoji's Grindr picture.
Yeah, it's
we're gonna
just what it is.
We want everyone to make a Grindr profile.
Yeah.
Zach, I want to see yours.
Yeah.
Because Zach's body looks like George the Animal Steel.
It's just what it is. He's jacked out.
You can't see any skin. He looks like a bear.
He looks like a full bear. And what another
You're a beefcake.
Another funny thing you said to me too is that, because I told you she's really funny, and you said that's a bad sign because if she's funny, that means she has a male brain.
That's correct.
But that made you go pyoing.
Yeah, that made me a good point. Yeah, if a woman is funny, it's a little bit of a red flag because it means she's got a male brain, and it also means she's beguiling, and it means that she knows how to manipulate. Because that's what we use our personalities for.
Right.
We use comedy basically to trick people.
Yeah.
To distract
Yeah.
them. You know? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, I asked you, does she have fakes? You answered that question.
She has no fakes.
Does she got any tats?
She's got no tats.
Zero tats.
Zero tats.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That means her father's
Yeah.
screwed in.
The wildest thing she's done is she did a little blow in Iowa, but she went to Iowa State, so it's like you do a little blow there.
How much blow are we talking?
Just a little blow, she
Yeah.
said. And she has a Colombian ex. That's about it.
I wasn't even going to go there, but that's
Wait, shut shit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That was just a joke. I was just kidding. I love Colombians. You know that I love
it's a
Colombians.
good country. Yeah, it's a good
I was
country.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
thought it was
that's
a cocaine joke.
Does it have anything? Yeah, I should have just left it as a cocaine joke, but it's actually he's being true.
yeah. Well, that's why I did it back to back. 'Cause
Yeah,
the cocaine.
okay.
It was
Does,
a
it have
cocaine.
anything, does one thing have anything to do with the other?
Yeah, it was just Colombians do coke. And
Was
sell
he
coke.
giving her coke?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we got to find that out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and she also told me that the day that he was, this is true. She said,
He was deported?
She was like, no, she was like, we can never. She was like, it was always weird. She's like, literally, like we landed in Iowa. We landed in Iowa, and she knew, like, everyone knew we were coming. And then my grandma died, and I was like, I know why she died. Yeah. And then she laughed at that. So when you can do jokes to a woman like that, and then she just laughs at him, it's good to go.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of like woke and dope, like Venetia. That's what I like about her.
Yeah.
She's like Venetia, woke and dope, who's my work
But
wife.
she doesn't overdo it.
No. It's the similar thing as Venetia, woke dope. Like Soho House and welcome dope.
Yeah.
Dressed trendy, really pretty, cute, cool. But her father votes for Trump. So it's like
Best of both worlds.
You could just have. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just not that I'm voting for Trump. I don't know my political affiliations. I'll never tell you who it is. It doesn't matter. But it is real. It's the
But
same.
if you
as,
listen to this podcast long enough, you can take a pretty good guess.
yeah, if you just go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys, I let it all hang out there. But I voted for Hillary. I told you I voted for Hillary in 2016. You know that.
Jesus Christ.
I did.
I know that's rough to hear.
Yeah, I did.
Coming out of a face that looks
Well,
like that.
I know, Pat
I
Finnegan.
voted for Hillary guy.
Yeah, Pat Finnegan he had a problem with that.
Yeah, does he know that?
Yeah,
Yeah, but let's be honest, you did it for your career because at the time you were really prancing around for a sitcom.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
They
I was
made you gay.
prancing, yeah.
If you watch the fucking pilot for They Did You, you're a gay guy.
I'm a gay man. What was I going to say? I was going to just say why I like her.
You were saying her ex-boyfriend is Colombian.
No, but there was another point I was going to get to with her. I don't know. Just in general, it's like comedy and girlfriends. It's just better if they're a little conservative. Like if the more conservative they are, the just more shit. Just more I could be myself. Because as soon as you get like this fucking liberal ass girlfriend or liberal ass audience, like you just can't say or do anything fun anymore.
Right.
So it's like it's like. I think women that are skew more conservative, just a little bit easier right now in 2019 to deal with because they'll just get in the kitchen and make my food.
Yeah, and if Chris makes a joke, if Chris makes a joke at you standing around close to a comedy room,
Yeah.
you're just gonna giggle and laugh because he's bigger than you and he knows how to move hands around.
It's just what it is.
Just giggle and laugh
Yeah.
like you would in high school because
Yeah.
a bigger kid who's good at sports and who also knows how to move hands around is making a joke.
Yeah,
at
I'm
you.
just getting tired of it. It's like, listen, guy. It's like I was a good friend of mine, but like on Saturday night. Said one of my jokes wasn't funny. I was like, guy, I'll flush your fucking head down the toilet, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, the truth of the situation.
Let's cackle the names,
is,
please.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want me to
Cackle.
do, guy? It's like, I'll fucking right in you, and you'll do nothing.
There's more cackles.
Yeah.
We're back. The whole thing.
It's like, do we just have to pretend everybody's a fucking saint because they're not white? It's like, guy, I'll fucking field goal kick you. Talk to me like that one more time, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where we're coming back. We're back again. Are we back now? I have no idea.
All right, we're back.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm hungover.
We got Steel Pipe Chrissy, and then we got Machete Chrissy.
Yeah.
Where, it's just a little too much.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean,
I should have went.
You're cutting people now.
Yeah, I'm wild.
Yeah, you can hit people, but I mean, are we back? I don't know. Venetia will make the decision.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So anyway, no. I mean,
but I'm just,
you're saying.
Am I wrong about having a conservative wife's a better life?
I don't know. Venetia, is it true?
I see your point within comedy, but to each their own.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's no way you're ever going to be with a guy who votes Trump, even though your dad wants you to be with one.
No.
He's a Greek father?
No, he's not that Greek.
He's not that Greek.
No.
I noticed that he's not that Greek because I've flipped through your Instagram and I've seen who your friends are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, no Greek father would allow that.
Because when you say conservative, you don't mean
You know what I mean?
send them back. You mean like
No,
take a joke. is
Yes,
what
exactly.
mean.
I don't mean like.
Isn't it weird that we live in a time now that the conservative kids are the more ones that are okay with jokes?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everything's fucking backwards.
Like, for example, I was dating a girl once, and I was on a
she
group
had a
chat.
tattoo on her tit.
Yeah. No, she
For
was like a
sure.
real, and like it was like this. I sent a group, it was a group text with her friends because we were going to go, I want to get them comedy tickets. So I known them both. I was just going on dates with the one girl, but the other girl was cool. And I put in the text, I said, hey guys, and then, this is what the deal is for the comedy show, blah, 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 blah. And then the girl I was dating, it was the last time I didn't even respond to her. I was like, I'm out. She's like, cool, thanks. She's like, but we're girls. So, like, I know, like, guys, it's, like, very easy to just say. She's like, but, like, all that stuff is part of, like, the patriarchy, and just went on. And I was just like, I just, gave it the double tap thumbs up, and then I never talked to her again. So it's like that person is just, it's going to be a nightmare to deal with that woman.
You're right.
So I feel like a girl like
You're
420 is not, she does not vote for Trump, and she will not vote for Trump.
Right.
But she's closer. She's not extreme in anything. She's down the middle, but I'm saying she comes from a more conservative family. Right. So she's just a little bit more of a real person. Yeah. That doesn't mean she wants to throw anybody over the wall, and she doesn't agree with everything Trump says, but it's just very easy to talk to this woman. Right. I can say and do anything.
Right.
And she understands it's a joke, and she won't jump down my throat unless I fucking yell a slur. Then she'd be like, not cool, babe. But it's like, that's not cool anyway to begin with, and I wouldn't do that. Unless I got a few in me.
Yeah. Unless you got a couple.
Unless the Giants don't cover the spread. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm joking. That was a fucking joke. Salty dog. Shout out Salty Dog. That was a Salty Dog joke.
Yeah, it's a couple characters.
Yeah.
Well, a couple characters.
But do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, and you happen to be right. And I was just tripping while you were saying that. Tripping on that we're living during a time where that is true. It used to be the people who were more liberal and were open-minded were the ones who took jokes better. And now it's like the better audiences, the more open-minded audiences, ironically, are the most closed-minded politically.
Of course.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, just watch any comedy special that has a predominantly woke liberal audience and a woke liberal comedian. The only things they laugh at are things that are so stupid, and they're not saying anything real. Yeah. Whereas the comedians that we like, if you comment on society as is, and people are laughing at it, there's a chance those people are more conservative leaning than liberal leaning, because the only liberal comedians, the real liberal comedians that get big laughs,
you don't even know what they're
talking about.
You don't even know what they're. It looks like someone who just got released from a mental institution and ran onto a stage. Yeah. You're like, what am I watching?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like even our boy. Do you see how now it's coming at everybody? Now it's got nothing to do with race or religion or anything. They're just coming at you. Did you see Michael Che?
Seth Simon. I went at the kid again.
That's Seth Simon again? Went after Michael Che?
Again,
also, see, but that kid, Seth Simon,
he needs to get his head flushed down a toilet.
No, but he will. Yeah. But the thing is, you got to understand what people do. If anybody who's a fan of his, like, you got to understand, he doesn't want change, that kid. He just wants chaos. So he's more of the Joker than anybody.
I know.
That kid is the Joker. It's just disguised in this white knight bullshit. He's the Joker disguised as Batman. So you got to understand that.
I know that.
I know. I'm talking to the FFs that don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you don't support that because he doesn't want you to change.
Right.
He's the same guy that would go after Kevin Hart for making a homophobic joke 10 years ago, when all Kevin Hart has done is changed his actions.
Right.
And of course he's not homophobic, but they just want to cancel you.
Right. He will tether himself to whomever is big enough where people would listen and pay attention. So
yeah,
I
and now
could,
they're calling for Che to get fired,
I mean,
which
it's-
he's not.
yeah,
but it's
it's-
wild that they're calling
it's
for that.
wild.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
wild thing.
They're trying to get comedians fired.
Just because
It's
Michael
wild.
Che called Bruce Jenner 5 years ago, he said he used to be a fella. It's like, was he not?
Yeah.
He was a fella.
Yeah, I mean, these trans activists are they're militant, man.
Yeah.
They're militant, and they are, it's funny because the people who are opposed to their approach and a lot of the things they're asking for the most are lesbians and gays, is the rest of the community.
Mm-hmm.
So there is sort of like, because when you think about it, and women as well, women are starting to go like, hey, this cyclist just won her second like gold medal. It's getting weird. Like,
And what, she's transitioned?
no, she was she used to be she used to be a guy.
Yeah.
She was born a guy. So however you want to call that. And
Yeah.
I would be getting in trouble for the way I'm saying it now. And the way I'm saying it is just what it was.
Yeah.
She used to be a guy. She transitioned into a girl with the help of modern science, because that's what it is, taking hormones. And she won races, competing
Yeah.
against other females. And we have a bunch of these now. There's like a bunch of this is happening. And women are upset about it.
Right.
So
The MMA one was the worst when that person first started transitioning. It just looked like a guy beating up women.
it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. We have a cyclist, and there's a runner, there's a few track
Right.
athletes, it's a bunch of stuff, and so there's controversy on it, and it needs to be figured out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
Well, so that's just,
back to the list.
my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then by the way, we are talking about Robert Moses today,
Yes.
who was truly fucking wild and a racist, and it sucks that he was that way, but the kid got things done, so it's SLKS.
Yeah, I mean, he famously I mean, can we get away Shang-Xing there? I mean, I don't. But yeah,
I don't condone
he
it.
did
I'm
push
just saying.
things forward.
I'm not condoning it.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning anything. But I'm just saying it's like nobody's all good or all bad. So
Yeah.
the kid had some. It was fucking racist, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people he didn't like that got fucking real nice houses now.
Yeah, and
because of the groundwork he laid.
Yeah, and he was a Jewish kid.
He was a Jewish kid,
a
so
Jewish
it's like
kid.
boo fucking who. Everybody cried from.
And I love how a lot of times Jews will go like, "Hey, I'm not white. I'm a Jew." It's like,
Nah,
know,
guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Guy, you
Guy,
got fucking psoriasis
You're a
like
white
the rest of us.
Yeah, you're a white looking kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you got to put on
Fuck,
sunblock,
psoriasis is a white problem.
yeah, if you got to put on sunblock, you're
Yeah.
a white fucking
You're
kid.
white.
I don't care what kind of
Yeah.
shishki you are.
Yeah.
You're white.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking get the tax break and shut up.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
What does that mean?
I thought whites get tax breaks.
No, they don't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, where's Young Jingzak, please?
Sorry.
Yeah, there's no race-based tax break, Chris.
I wasn't sure. Well, Trump's America, there should be.
It's all a character piece.
It's just a character piece.
Anyone
Get it
tuning in
around.
for the first time from the New Yorker or the New York Times or whatever big gazettes listening and writing reviews
we're
of this,
just character
we're just doing
pieces.
character pieces.
That's a real review we did.
Yeah, thank you to the New Yorker.
That's to New York, and the New York Times, I heard, reviewed us, and it's coming out next week.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the next one. The next question is, does she like Hari Kondabolu's comedy?
And she said, no, who's that?
Okay, so that's a good sign.
That's good, yeah.
That's a good sign. I'm not saying I don't like the kid's comedy.
No,
Okay.
but you know what I mean? It's like that virtue
I
signaling
don't
shit.
like what he did. I'll
Yeah.
be completely honest, and I
Okay.
would say it to him. I don't like what he did.
Right.
I don't agree
Well, we
with
should
him.
have him on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to have him.
And then
He's a nice guy.
The good thing about this podcast,
I'd like him to explain.
let's have him on,
Yeah.
and then the thing is, like, what won't
Flush
happen
his
on
head
other
out of
pla-
toilet after-
Exactly.
yeah.
They start to pop off, then they get their heads flushed down the toilet, and they just are reminded that we're still men here.
Yeah.
And you can't talk to me the way you talk to me. Your head's going to get a little wet.
Yeah, especially because you know how to move around hands.
I just can throw hands now, and
Yeah.
it's just SLKS.
Yeah.
And I'm about 218, and I'm just cutting carbs out, so I'll knock your fucking head off.
Yeah, but it's all a character piece.
It's just a character piece. I
Yeah.
won't hit you.
You're a nice guy, and it's not going to happen.
I'm a nice guy, and I'm just kidding around, but it's like
But
enough.
seriously, you will get your head flushed down a toilet.
Yeah, it's just like I mean, how much do we have to? I'm done tiptoeing. My calves are tired.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what else. That's a good way to put it, right?
That's what it is.
You're kind of just getting sick of it now.
Yeah, guy.
It's just kind of like I'm getting sick of pretending too.
Yeah, I
It's
just
like I don't want to pretend anymore.
yeah, I just want to put on my flats.
Yeah.
Get off my tippy toes.
You want to get over your heels.
Yeah, I just want to get into a pair of heels, clear heels. All right, what's the next thing on the list? Because I want to talk about Robert Moses.
Yeah.
And we also got Colin Quick.
I said, okay, this is important. This is an important one. Since you're a comedian,
Yeah,
you have to find out who she does like, and if it's a friend of yours,
yeah,
when you got to bring that person around or make sure you bring
Yeah.
her around, and then if she wants a picture of that
Yeah.
person, leave.
Do you
it's
want to know?
over.
Do you want to know who our favorite comedian is?
Who?
Despite it all?
Yeah.
Which is another, and again, not saying for or against anything, but even though I love him too, because he's one of my favorites. Do you want to know who her favorite comic is? And she knows everything about everything.
Who?
Louis C.K.
That's her favorite
That's
comic?
her favorite comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She
All
was like, I just think he's the best. She was like, and yeah, just think he's the best.
All right, well, look, good luck to you in 420.
Yeah. Thank you.
And 420 is her birthday, which is also
Yeah.
when weed got legal, right? 420?
420. Yeah, that's
No,
Yeah.
it's just the number they chose for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah, well,
it's National Weed Day.
and it's also whose birthday.
Yeah, and I'm not comfortable with the fact that you knew that you know his birthday.
Well, I mean, he's
I'm not comfortable with the fact that every time I come over to your house, the Nazi symposium is still on your coffee table.
Yeah, it's
because I'm starting to suspect you're reading it more than once.
no.
I'm
The
starting
Nazi
to suspect you're
symbiosis.
I'm starting to suspect you're rereading
No, I
it.
just can't get through it because I'm just Chrissy Chaos. I've ordered 8 books and I'm trying to read them all simultaneously.
Yeah. Well, I saw that one out there, and then I saw Toni Morrison's book out there. So
Yeah.
that's you in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All right? You're reading the Nazi symbiosis, and you're putting it down, and you're reading Pretty Woman, the book.
It's just what
so
it is.
we got a problem.
Yeah, that New Amsterdam book is fucking wild, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of things to say about New York City that we'll say once I'm done with the book.
Yeah, you're a 5 on the Kinsey scale.
It's what it is.
We
I'm
never
a full
found
5.
we never found out what Mike Emoji Face is on the Kinsey scale.
Yeah, well, I mean, where were you again? You were in San. What were you doing? Did somebody die?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
My grandma died in August, but it was kind of blowback from that.
Yeah.
Kinsey needs to add a number for someone who will fucking anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's attracted to anime.
Yeah. Track
Yeah.
I mean, that's Mikey. Yeah.
So let's call that it's somewhere between a 4 and a 5. Let's call it a 4.2. That's where Mikey is
4.2
in the
end.
Kinsey scale.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Do you want to do the ads in the Patreon first?
Well, we only have a few, so let's just
Yeah.
do those next week because we.
Okay. Yeah.
let him
Because
pile up.
we did
Yeah.
most of them on Friday.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
We had some funny ones. My God.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. They were really good.
I mean, they're starting to get like.
they're starting to get nuts.
And you know what? Because there's so many now, people have to get so inventive to become unique, and they're doing that.
And I will say, very, 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 very rarely, maybe never, has anyone even repeated a name.
Yeah.
They always are unique.
Yes.
I mean, they may be close to one another at times because only so many
We've
things
had a
to
few.
choose from.
We've had a few poop shoots. Chrissy's
Poop shoots, but
crack
it's different.
open Chrissy's
Yeah,
poop shoot.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick, I just want to give, before we move on, because then we're getting to Robert Moses, I just want to shout out our new song. This from our Patreon member, Bridget, Tooted and Booted Griffiths, made up a nursery rhyme character piece song, which is nice. I can sing this to the baby.
Yeah.
This is nice. I'm a little non-toot, wild and stout. Here is my chain guy, I'm wearing it out. When I get all horned up, hear me shout, crack me open and clean me out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bridget, Tooted and Booted Griffiths.
Bridget, you're a 10.
Yeah, that's
That
a
is-
10 out of 10 song. And,
We will be coming out with the History Hyenas children's book soon.
absolutely.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's in the works.
It's in the works.
So
Yeah.
you can be confident that will be
Yeah,
coming
once
soon.
my daughter gets out of prison, we will do that. Because, I mean, she hit another kid on Saturday, and it's just SLKS.
She's moving hands at people a lot.
She's just moving hands, and she's lefty, so it's very hard to block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she just
She's a southpaw.
Yeah, it's just in there. She's listening. She's a Puerto Rican girl. Her mother from Sunset Park. Her grandmother from, just like Stefano's a 4th generation barber.
Yeah.
She's a 20 generation Puerto Rican.
It's just what it is. It's just in there.
It's just what it is.
It's SLK.
She's got a little fire. She got a little fuego in there.
Yeah.
She's just
absolutely.
She got a little fire.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest I've gone without taking the mic out of the mic stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
always talk about how I take it in and out, in and out. It's what I do. It's my business. I take my glasses in and off, on off. I'm an 80-year-old kid.
It's just what it is.
So
Yeah. So,
today we're going to talk about Robert Moses.
I mean, Robert Moses, first of all, the thing is, I know we talk a little bit about I know sometimes we talk a lot about things that happen in New York City, and it's like, just deal with it, guy. Okay? You got to just deal with it. It's like, what do you want me to do? What the fuck else is there to talk about sometimes? It's like New York, New Amsterdam. This is just where it all began. We're not going to talk about New York every week,
Yeah.
but it's like,
It's true.
sometimes there's just New York-centric topics because it's like,
More stories happen within 10 blocks here than all of the state of Iowa.
what are you
We
going to
go
do?
corn, wrestling, and we're done.
That's it.
Corn, wrestling, and Chrissy's new girlfriend. And that's it.
It's
That's
just
it.
what it is.
That's it.
Yeah. So, the only thing about 420 is she does like to take a little ayahuasca. Is that all right? She likes to go to another dimension sometimes. She's got a third eye.
I don't know.
Is that okay? She wants me to go to Peru with her and do a little ayahuasca, and I'm considering it. I'm Chrissy considerations.
I know Allie told me she did it.
And yeah,
she told me she did it, and she said it was like, well, she had some big awakening.
and then she
stuff.
realized
I
she
feel
wanted
like
a
you're
new-
just gonna. I feel like you're just gonna get paranoid and start throwing hands at things.
Well, she said you do throw up, so I don't like to puke.
No, you don't like to puke.
Yeah.
and you got to do it down over the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go to Peru. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do it. They could do it here, but she's like, you really got to go.
You got to
into
bring.
Peru with a shaman because he's also on ayahuasca.
Yeah, it happens down there in Mexico. That's
well,
where they do
she
it.
said Peru. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, real quick, and then we're gonna get to Robert Moses. Do you think I'm wrong for one of my closest friends? I mean, I grew up with this kid.
Hold on a second. Let me put my seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up.
Whenever
with this,
Chrissy starts, do you think it's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with this kid. Okay.
He's not going to say, I helped an old lady across the street.
Yeah. Since we're 5 years old,
Yeah.
I grew up with this kid, and he asked me, he's getting married next year, and he asked me to be, he's going to have, instead of having like a whole wedding party, he's just going to have two best men, me and his other close friends, which is going to be 3 of us.
Yeah.
And he wants me to go to the wedding, which is next year sometime, but it's in Mexico, and I don't want to go. I just don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Is that wild to I just don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Is he a
People
fan of
get
this
killed there.
podcast?
I just don't want to go there. I'd rather just not go down there right now. Is
Is
that wild to say?
Is he a fan of the podcast?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
He's a good friend of yours. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if he listens to this episode, whatever excuse you give, he's going to know that's just you don't want to go beyond the wall.
You know how it is. I could back out of it. It's like the same thing how I told, with the Impractical Jokers because I made something up, but I just got invited again. So it doesn't matter. I just get it. I'm
Yeah.
Chrissy Charms.
You're Chrissy Charles.
And it's running out, and I'm aware of that, so
Yeah.
I'm turning it up.
Yeah.
So I could just do whatever
Yeah.
to
It's a
finagle out.
it's a character
It's on
piece.
the way out. I
Yeah.
can feel that my charm is on the way out.
Yeah.
So in a last-ditch effort, my body, much like when you're dying, your body just puts on the backup generators to like give it one more juice, one more test, and then it dies. That's what's happening with my charm.
Yeah.
I'm starting to just curse people out and get a little too wild, so I could feel it waning. But just for certain situations, I can really just be super charm because I know it's all but gone now.
Yeah, because you're like Chrissy Cinderella.
Yeah.
It's like your charm is going to expire at midnight.
Yeah, unless I find a fucking shoe to slip in.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
your charm is a little glass slipper.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like about 420. She's got big feet. I fit in her shoes.
you could probably.
She's a tall drink of water.
She's a tall drink of water.
She's
How
a tall
tall?
drink of water.
How tall?
She's if she put on some heels, she's probably right up to my eyebrows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So she's about
Yeah.
fine.
Also, no fumes. Go ahead.
No fumes.
Yeah.
How big?
Just need to be said.
Yeah. How big of a fan is she of this podcast?
She said she will listen to Patreon, but I forgot we're on the free episode. Wild. It's just character piece.
Yeah. I mean, if she really likes you, she'll stay with you because you're saying all positive things.
I'm saying, I
they're
really,
inappropriate, but they're
I
positive.
really like this girl.
You're Chrissy positive, but Chrissy inappropriate.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I told her father not to listen.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to father listening.
It's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Okay, so do you think that's an honest, like, if I don't want to go to Mexico, if the kid was getting married anywhere in 50 states, I'd be there.
Right.
Which part of Mexico?
I don't know, whatever. But people get killed all over. I mean, you're drinking the water, you're fucking getting shot in Cancun. I mean, it doesn't matter anymore.
It's more
Kids
the
just
border
get
areas. It's more
No,
interior.
because-
It's not so bad.
people got killed in Cancun a month ago.
You're talking to a spokesperson from Mexico. He's letting you know what the deal is.
Yeah.
He is Mexican.
So what are you saying? You think it's safe?
It depends where he's going.
Call your fucking abuelita right now and let's find out.
Yeah, I mean,
she's dead, and they were all born here.
Did she
but-
fall off a roof too?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Christmas decorations.
I
be
mean, what do
funny-
you think? You think?
If this would be funny if just everyone when his family's like, I gotta go check on the roof, everyone's like, don't go.
Yeah.
Don't go to the roof. As soon as they get on the roof, they just die and they tumble down.
So what do you think? You think if it's in Cancun, it's safe?
If it's in Mexico City or something like interior,
Then you're
in a nice area, yeah. If it's in a resort, I mean that's kind of I don't know. I wouldn't go off the resort. That's where.
But I'm
it's
saying in the
dangerous.
resort, you're good to go.
Yeah, you still have to get to the resort. I mean,
That's what
you're
I'm
gonna
saying.
drink. You're probably gonna wander off. I know you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna just see something shiny and end up with your
Well,
head on
that's
a
the thing.
spike.
That's what I
So-
always think about. It's like, yeah, the resort, but it's like, what about cabs getting to the resort? Can't they just fucking hijack those?
No,
It's
the
pretty-
hotel kind of.
They help. Yeah.
They like pay them off pretty much, right?
Were you talking about Cancun?
I think it's in Cancun.
Cancun's not even like a part of Mexico. It's
Yeah.
like a carved out part.
But I've been there. I was there 3 years ago.
You didn't feel safe, guy?
I didn't love it. No, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't love it.
You didn't love it.
I just don't like going there. And
Yeah.
it's like, I know it's a kid's wedding, but I want to go. I mean, I love him, but it's like, guy, just Skype me. Let me FaceTime in.
Yeah.
And make a speech because the thing is, I don't want to fucking have to go to a place I don't really want to go to.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like if the wedding's anywhere. So it's like, am I a dick? It's like, I got a kid. I don't want to, I don't know. I know
Yeah.
anything can happen anywhere, but it's like,
I'll be honest. I don't want to go there either. So
yeah, it's like, I just don't want to go to that. I don't want to go.
I
You know,
hear
is that wild? Am I wild, V? Am I being a dick?
Yeah, a little bit.
I am being a
mean,
dick.
I like it. I've always wanted to go to Mexico, and if it's a wedding, they're going to organize it. They're going to make sure that everything's okay and it's safe. They're not going to bring their loved ones and put them in an endangered, place.
But it's like, does everybody have to be a spectacle? It's
That
like,
is a
guy,
good
just get
plan,
married at
though.
St. Matthias. I got the hookup. I'll get you booked. My mom knows.
Talk to them.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom will just
Right.
get you the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even it's a year away. You got
All right, fine.
You
Yeah,
can
well, maybe I
maybe-
should just try to fucking the same. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to convince him to get married in Ridgewood, or I'm gonna ruin their engagement. Same thing with Giannis. I'm gonna try to convince him to Bay Ridge, or I'm gonna burn his house down in North Salem. It's one or the other.
Yeah, it was funny when I texted him. I said, "What are you doing?" And he texted me a screenshot that he was looking at houses in North Salem.
As soon as he told me he closed, I went right to Zillow and put in North Salem, New York.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Kid's a
I
fucking
think, yeah.
homeowner. Kid's got 2 homes.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, kid's got 2 homes, but you know.
By the way, Chrissy's going to be at Gotham Comedy Club. Guess who else is going to be at Gotham Comedy Club?
Mike Muth.
Mike Emoji.
Mike
Face.
Emoji Faith is opening.
He will be opening, and if you go,
Did I tell you could feature a host?
You didn't tell me which one exactly.
you're just doing 2-man. I thought.
I was just going to do it. Well, that's what I told Hey Bert. Okay, yeah, we're just doing a 2-man, but
You know-
Sergio, if you're listening, you can host.
Listen, and if you come to any one of the live shows in the 8th and 9th, remember those are the podcasts. You can, if you want to see Chrissy's act,
Yeah.
you get tickets for fucking Gotham.
November 29th, 30th.
It's a
Cuz, are you
different
home? Do
show.
you want to come?
Cause yeah. And
Do you want to come be on the show?
And if you go, I may drop by and do fucking guest
Yeah,
spots.
Yanni may do a guestie.
Yeah.
Yanni, my bestie, may do a guestie.
Yeah, so just go get. If you bought tickets, go get tickets again to see Chrissy
Yeah.
do his act at
Yeah.
Gotham. It's fucking 2020. You can see Chrissy do a podcast, or you can see Chrissy do his act, or you can see Chrissy fucking crack open a toot if it lets you on the Patreon.
It's just what it is. If I let you on the Patreon, and it's also like, yeah, I got too many shows going on that we need to sell tickets for in New York.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Get them now.
I'm just
because-
taking tickets away from all my other shows.
yeah.
Because Saturday's already sold out. One of the shows.
Saturday is a hard.
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday early is already sold out at
Yeah.
Gotham Comedy Club November 30th.
So get
There's
tickets for
tickets available for the
Friday.
other ones, but
Yeah.
you got to get them quick, guy.
Yeah, you gotta
I
get 'em
mean,
quick.
the kid. We're moving. The Hyenas are just moving tickets.
I mean,
now.
we're not moving tickets like Nate Bargatze, but we're getting there.
Yeah, yeah.
But we are better people than he is.
It's what it is. Yeah,
We're not rotten inside.
yeah. It's what it is. Yeah.
So Robert Moses is a controversial person.
He's a controversial person. Well, yeah.
Very controversial because of how racist he is and because he's sort of blamed for being like one of the first to really kick in gentrification into a new gear.
Yeah. His nickname is the Master Builder, so that's not a good nickname.
No, it's not a good,
Especially if you're white. You don't want to have Master out there.
but he's,
Yeah.
he's really responsible for all the big, what do you call that? Infrastructure.
The BQE.
Yeah.
Highways,
It's
bridges.
him. 35 highways, 12 bridges, parks, Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts, Shea Stadium, housing projects, 2 hydroelectric dams, and the 1964 New York World's Fair. All him.
All him.
All him.
All him.
Yeah.
Now, he just was a guy, he grew up in Connecticut, like real close to Yale.
New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven,
Which
Connecticut.
got good, shout out Pepe's Pizza.
Great fucking
Great
Pepe's the
pizza.
best clam pie.
Yeah.
Shout out Clem. And then he ended up moving to Manhattan. He went to Yale.
Wow,
Got-
this kid went to Yale, Oxford, and Columbia. He's like your gay brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Kid's smart, which I probably can't say. Should we edit that out?
No, it's fine. You didn't say anything wrong, right?
No, okay.
So he became a lawyer, but he majored in political science. What's unique about him is he just ended up yielding this broad power that we haven't really even seen since.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he never was elected to any office, but he sort of had these politicians in his pocket and was able to fucking move these levers and get shit done.
Well, you know why.
Why?
He's a Jewish kid.
Yeah.
Screwed in. There were truffles to be had, and he found them and protected them at all costs.
So here's all the positions he held. Now, this is the thing I love about local politics is like these guys fly under the radar.
Yeah.
You ever notice that, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike's a smart kid, so he gets
He's
it.
smart.
Like these guys, they yield a lot of power and they fly under the radar because nobody really pays attention to local politics. But that's really where everything happens.
Yeah.
I mean, at the federal level, it's just the executive and legislative branch like constantly in gridlock.
Yeah.
And then the judicial branch has like way too much power.
Yeah, it's like people abuse you if you're a state senator. It's like, listen, guy, your whole fucking life will change because of the state senator.
Yeah, because those guys are the ones who are like flying under the radar and really cutting deals that move on the grassroots level and are really getting paid off by companies
Yeah.
to do specific things on specific blocks.
Yeah.
They control zoning, they control permits, they
Yeah.
control a bunch of shit, and there's always a little bit of organized crime fucking attached to this
Yeah,
shit. It's what it
always.
is. Not
Yeah.
like it used to be.
Yeah.
From what I understand, gangsters aren't like they used to be. It's from what I understand in Long Island.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You were out on Long Island.
Yeah, I was out of Long Island, guy.
Oh, yeah.
So this is all the positions he held, man. I mean, he and these are funny, these positions, because you'll hear them and you'll be like, it sounds like nothing.
Right.
But the guy was in control of the entire city for a certain amount of time. Kid lived till 92. So
This fucking your kid lived long.
Good
You think he
gene.
was on keto? What was he doing?
maybe
Kid
keto.
juiced.
Yeah, he juiced maybe.
Yeah.
So he was Long Island State Park Commissioner, the president of the Long Island State Park Commission. By the way, he did the northern state, the southern state, the Taconic. I mean, he laid out Long Island.
Didn't he lay out Central Park and Prospect Park?
No, that was Olmsted. We'll do an episode on
Okay,
him.
sorry.
Yeah. You're confusing your guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sorry.
New York State Council of Parks, chairman, 24 to 63. I mean, for fucking 40 years, he was the chairman of that. But he had all these positions concurrently. He held a lot of these overlapped, and he was like 6 different things. or
Dude,
10
he was like he had all these jobs. He's like Venetia.
He's like Vanatia.
Yeah.
He was he was New York Secretary of State for a year. He was Bethpage State Park Authority. That's out in Long Island for 30 years. He was Emergency Public Works Commission chairman for a year. He was Jones Beach Parkway Authority president for 30 years. He was New York City Department of Parks commissioner for 26 years. The Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority for over 40 years.
Yeah.
New York State Planning Commission commissioner, New York State Power Authority chairman for 10 years, New York World Fair president for 6 years, Office of the Governor of New York Special Advisor on Housing for 1 year. So
Yeah.
with all these, they don't sound like much.
Right. And it sounds all great. They're all great things because you may be listening and be like, why? So what's the problem with this guy? He's just building infrastructure. Here's where it gets dicey. Yeah. So during the Great Depression, Robert Moses met with LaGuardia, Fiore LaGuardia, who's an FF, LaGuardia Airports. Wasn't he FF? Was he like a true FF, LaGuardia? But he has like an art school.
No,
Or was he like short and fiery?
Zach went there. I think that's where Zach went to
So-
twirl around.
Yeah.
Right? You went to
Frank Sinatra.
you went to Frank Sinatra school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Twirled around over there.
Twirled.
Fiorello LaGuardia,
Yeah.
who was a sauce monkey ex-mayor of New York City.
I mean, you can't get more of a name like a Fiorella LaGuardia.
Fiorello LaGuardia, he's an ex-sauce monkey mayor.
Yeah.
And during the Great Depression, when people were, I mean, like they needed anything. I mean, they were selling their teeth in the streets. Robert Moses constructed 10 gigantic swimming pools under the WPA program, the Works Progress Administration, which helped create jobs. Now, here's the caveat in that. He made the swimming pools in the black neighborhoods 10 degrees colder because he didn't want them to go in it.
Yeah, he said he thought.
So that's where we start to get like, yikes.
Yeah, he said that he thought black people didn't like cold water, so he made sure they were a couple degrees cold. But what he didn't realize is all he had to do was create a swimming pool because black kids don't like to swim.
It's what
so
it
they're
is.
just not going to get in anyway.
Yeah.
So it's what it is.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
a big problem. And he also
He didn't even need to worry about the temperature. Just open the pool.
Yeah, and if you guys are driving, if you're ever driving through New York City, going over the Triborough Bridge, and then it spans into the FDR, and the FDR exit ramp goes into Harlem.
Keep going on your ways and go directly over to Ridgewood, and Lynn will give you a little cake and a coffee.
Yeah, we got to make a video
And
game.
you can go see Larry.
where
Larry needs to be put down.
Yeah, Larry needs to be put down. Where like you get if you're fighting, if you're in our History Hyenas video game, like when you're fighting, if you can get to find the secret room where Lynn is, she gives you Linja torch and your health goes up. That's what it is. That's how your health goes up. She just feeds you Lindsay's and then you get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
By the way, can we look up real quick? Was he behind the Verrazano Bridge? I think he was.
Was he?
I mean, the kid did so much, and he yielded so much power that he really is national history. He's not local history.
Yeah, but
Robert Moses is a giant of American history.
Yeah, because, and let me just really quickly just finish the point that I had, and then you go back to you, is the exit ramp on the FDR, it goes into Harlem.
Yeah.
And really the better way
Right.
way for it to have been done to create less traffic and just be more economical would have been if the exit ramp went to the Upper East Side. Yeah. But too many rich people lived in the Upper East Side.
Too many white people.
Too many rich white people and rich white Jewish people lived in the Upper East Side. So he didn't put the ramp there. Instead, he put it into Harlem, which was a predominantly black neighborhood back then, and just made more traffic, more congestion. even I even went furthermore, and I read some sociology paper that said because of the traffic and the loud beeping, it even made people slept less and less, therefore making them angrier and angrier, and the whole quality of life was down, and contributed directly to the Harlem being basically on fire for the whole 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe that.
It's a mess.
I believe that to be true.
Yeah, it's a mess up there now.
Yeah,
When you
now
go
the
up there
donks
now,
are up there, and
the donks are up there, but I mean, yeah, the highways up there, it's a mess. I mean,
It's
it's
still a mess.
congested when you're going from east to west to get into George W.
Yeah.
It's just a mess up there.
Yeah.
And he put it all up there to
on purpose.
On purpose.
He did his whole. He hated public transportation. He just wanted highways, and he wanted to go directly through minority neighborhoods. He did not care about them at all.
No,
That's 100% true.
He displaced them, no problem.
Yeah.
And the kid, you can say, was definitely in bed with the auto lobby because all his plans were for automobiles. And if you don't know, the way that the country looks post World War II was directly the result of the auto lobby's requests, the auto lobby's wishes to make it so you had to have a car.
Wait
That's
a
what the
second.
suburbs are.
Wait a second. This is Patrick Mulrooney chiming in. Wait, go back to that, Mike. There might be a situation. So the Verrazano Bridge, which is the bridge that connects Brooklyn and Staten Island, which is my two homes, Brooklyn and Staten Island. That's where I go back forth between. Was this thing built by Sandra Dee? Because it says Otmar Amen.
It was one of Robert Moses'
Maybe
projects.
choke on water.
If that was Otmar
Shut up,
Amen,
spit out water.
if that was Otmar Amen, the kids of Sandra Dee, if these kids of Sandra Dee, I mean, I got to get a boat.
You're going to protest?
Yeah.
You're not getting on it?
I'm not getting on it. If it's built by Sandra Dee, can't trust it. I got to get a boat and get myself some swimmies.
I thought it was commissioned.
It was
Robert Moses.
commissioned by Robert Moses, but my brother was the chief architect.
Otmar Amen.
Wow, where's he? Can we just get a
Where's
quick
this kid
search
from?
on where's he from?
Just full text. Fuchsia Fitzenbacher.
His German.
I was on the laptop before.
Oh. So where's he from? The architect.
Where's the kid from?
Pulling up right now.
Switzerland. Okay.
Yeah.
But the kid Otmar Amen. Is he Mozart Alto?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that it would matter.
Not that it would matter. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was Patrick Mulrooney's character piece, Ladder 14. Which, by the way, Patty Fly Ball said the actual Ladder 14, which is up in Harlem, does listen to the podcast and is going to send us free shirts.
Ladder 14.
Ladder 14.
Awesome.
Thank you to the boys at Ladder 14.
Do you know that happened to just be a complete fucking coincidence?
I know. And
How wild is that?
Patty Fly Ball said he's going to talk to them. If we want to
Jesus.
go visit them, we can do a video with them at Ladder 14, which is wild.
That is
that'd be
wild.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that we picked Ladder 14 somehow.
Yeah.
And it happens to be his firehouse.
Well, it's close. He said he's worked at Ladder 14. When they need extra guys, they go to Ladder 14.
Yeah, what's he cooking today? Is he cooking? Is he on duty? Who's cooking?
No, today he said because he fucked his rib up, so he's on medical leave. So he said he's really not fighting fire. He's doing desk work.
Oh, he's doing desk work now.
That's why he went to the Ranger game. The Rangers got smacked last night. He was upset.
After LaGuardia retired in 46, Moses was he was called and granted he was like the de facto representative in Washington for New York City for William O'Dwyer, who was the mayor in 46.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a potato monkey if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, it's potato monkey bad.
William O'Dwyer?
Yeah.
I mean, that kid should come with a fucking
I mean,
beer.
this kid Robert Moses. I mean, he did things to like. I mean, he didn't want Shakespeare in the park. It's like you got to have Shakespeare in the park. You know, he didn't want He wanted to get rid of a shaded playground in Central Park. I mean, the babies need to play in the shade or else they get sunburned because he wanted a bigger parking lot for Tavern on the Green, which is a good restaurant. It's got good food. So I get why people were like, fuck this guy. He also didn't want big one, too, for me. The thing is with me, if you fought for the boys in any war, I don't care what you are, what you look like, you're fucking getting respected in this country. And Robert Moses didn't want black war veterans to move into Stuyvesant Town, a development that was completely created to house World War II vets. So it's like, fuck you, Robert.
He was
These kids fought for the boys.
Now, yeah. I mean, we often talk about how history is just not neat and tidy, and he did push the city forward. I mean, we're talking about the Battery Tunnel. We're talking about the FDR. We're talking about Triborough Bridge. We're talking about
BQE.
the Verrazano. But a lot of people had to be displaced, too.
Yeah.
You had to, the city had to buy up their property, probably for a cheap price, force them to move for those ramps and those highways to come down. So people got displaced. He moved people around. He was a racist kid.
He was.
And he was a powerful kid. Like I was saying, he was named the construction coordinator in 1946.
It's a made-up job.
By Mayor William O'Dwyer. But he was basically...
but
he was also given power over public housing.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
So who was this guy?
Okay,
they were just giving him power.
Because because that's what it is. Yeah, he was in print, he was named the construction coordinator by the mayor, but truthfully, he was named the construction coordinator by Carlo Gambino. That's who named him the construction coordinator. You're not going to do construction and coordinate it without going through the mafia in New York City.
Yeah.
And Carlo Gambino was running the mafia in New York City, so that's who appointed him that.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
We don't know that as a fact, but we're saying it maybe.
We're saying
It's called the Chrissy fact.
It's a Chrissy fact of the day.
Yeah,
it's a CFOD.
It's a CFOD.
It's a Chrissy fact of the day.
But it's possible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like other races. He also didn't like poor people. I mean, wanting to keep the Dodgers, like, fuck them. He wanted he was the reason they left.
He's the main reason the Brooklyn Dodgers left Brooklyn to go to LA is because the new stadium that was proposed by Walter O'Malley, another potato monkey, he refused to give them the land to want to, which is wild that he even had the power to refuse the Brooklyn Dodgers, but he was construction coordinator appointed by Carlo Gambino, maybe. And the Brooklyn Dodgers left and went to LA, and now they're just FFs that can't win because Clayton Kershaw cannot pitch in the big games. But if he was in Brooklyn, I mean, we'd be like, listen, Clayton, either you're going to fucking win these games or your family's going to get hurt. But in LA, where everyone's drinking smoothies, you can do what you want, and then you fucking just lose.
Yeah, he was directly responsible for the Dodgers moving to LA.
Yeah.
Because he was being an asshole.
He was being an asshole. He didn't want the land. But the land was in Park Slope, guy.
Yeah, the originally it was in Park Slope.
The original land was in Park Slope, but we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, originally it was in Park Slope, but then it was over there in Flatbush where they played in Ebbets Field.
I remember where they played. Now there's a fucking Burger King over there.
No, now there's a building there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a plaque that says that Emmett Field used to be there. My mother was a big Brooklyn Dodgers fan, and she has a heavy Greek accent.
Yes.
So his influence did reach outside of New York City. I mean, this guy was a giant of American history in the 20th century.
Yes.
Other cities hired him to plan their cities.
Right.
Portland, Oregon brought him over in 1943. And he started doing his little fucking plans out there, building shit. He was also instrumental in building the interstate highways.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Robert Moses. And an interesting fact about him is the kid knew how to drive. He built all these highways and obviously was in bed with the auto lobby and obviously built all these bridges. But the kid did not have a valid driver's license.
Wild.
So all this time, he knew how to drive, but not legally. He never
wild.
got a driver's license. He
And-
probably had a chauffeur the whole time.
And he had his famous quote, which is, wild when, he wanted to, when he was defending his forced displacement of poor and minority communities, because he said it was an inevitable part of urban revitalization. He said, I raise my stein, which is wild, just started with that. I raise my stein to the builder who can remove ghettos without moving people as I hail the chef who can make omelets without breaking eggs. So
Right.
it's like, that's why Venetia don't eat eggs.
Yeah.
It is a hard thing to do. Even now, with gentrification, there's people who are having to leave parts of Brooklyn, parts of the city, because they can't afford the rent there anymore. But now you can walk through there without having to worry. It's like there are
Right.
things you have to do.
Right.
And I just want to make it crystal clear that was Mike that said that, and he is of Mexican descent, so he could say whatever he wants.
He's not of Mexican descent. He's straight Mexican.
Oh, yeah, he's
Just a Mexican kid.
he's a Mexican.
Well, I'm
yeah,
not from Mexico, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Mexican American.
Yeah, and he's here for a good time, not a long time. Trump 2020 over the wall.
Yeah, the
I
world.
thought you meant diabetes.
Oh yeah, that too.
that too.
Yeah,
Or-
as a matter of
Or
fact,
if he
yeah.
gets on a roof, it's just over.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier to catapult you when you got two less feet.
So Moses started to go downhill like in the '60s. It all started to end. But I mean,
What, his health or like
No,
his?
his power.
like
I mean,
they
the kid
started-
lived till the '80s. I mean, he lived to be 92 years old.
I mean, that's fucking wild.
But I mean,
He's like a pompous.
yeah, and to think that it's very rare for someone to hold this much power over a city and get shit done and be able to move people around and just get things commissioned and
Yeah.
done. I mean, he was like the czar of building things in New York.
Yes.
It's kind of wild. I mean, nowadays, if you want to get something done, there's like all these parties arguing, there's permits, it takes forever. This kid just made shit happen.
Well, I mean, it's not a direct thing, but I mean, really, the only guy who's built as much stuff as him in this city is probably Donnie Boy. Donnie Boy built a lot of shit in the city.
They're not even close.
Yeah.
I know they're not even
Not
close.
even
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying as close to him. Nobody's. Donnie's probably the closest. With all the
There's a
Trump
few-
buildings.
I think Trump's probably the loudest, but not even. Donnie doesn't have that many buildings.
Yeah, he didn't do any
I thought he had a
infrastructure.
lot.
That's
His
what's
father built a lot of buildings.
Well, no, Donnie is fixing the infrastructure. The LaGuardia Airport, all that stuff that's changing. He's all about the infrastructure in the airports.
LaGuardia Airport needs an upgrade. It's
It's
kind of
getting one.
gross.
the new
yeah.
one's way nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his reputation really and his power started to go down around the 60s, and that was it, man.
Yeah.
And, but he's responsible for the LIRR.
Yeah.
I mean he laid everything out. New York, the way you see it, and a lot of modern cities copied it too.
Yeah.
Hired him. Like I said, the interstate. I mean, the kid was everywhere.
Yeah.
He was everywhere.
People just forget that, like in the early 1900s, like people were just walking in the streets. A lot of the streets were still dirt.
Yeah.
There's just horses and horse shit everywhere.
Yeah.
People like cars couldn't get through because people
Yeah.
didn't. And it took a lot of work to get all that shit done, and it took kind of an asshole to do it.
A little thing too, like which is obviously extremely fucked up. If you ever take the Meadowbrook Parkway all the way out to get off towards Jones Beach, you'll notice as you're approaching Jones Beach, there's a lot of like bridges that are low that like a bus could never get through, and that was Robert Moses on purpose. He did that because he didn't want minorities who frequently took buses and public transportation to be allowed to come out to the beach. They could only come out if they had their own car, which would signify that they had more wealth. So that's something that like you just drive out there and you never even think about that. But it was Robert Moses's. It was his racism that caused that. But
Yeah, there was actually a biography that was written about him that really tarnished his reputation. Before that, a lot of people didn't know about him, didn't know all these negative things about
Sure.
him. But the book is called The Power Broker, very famous book.
did you read it?
No, but it's a famous book by Robert A.
Gotta
Caro.
read it. I just need another book.
Well,
to
it's
read.
a 1,200-page book.
Yeah, but I'll just put it. I'll get it on deck. I'll just put it next to my nightstand.
So it
I got 13 books I'm reading simultaneously.
Yeah. So Philip Lapote, who was a
Sounds like an FF
columnist,
bad.
said Moses' satanic reputation with the public can be traced to that book.
Maybe Philip Lapote is going to do a review on us too. Yeah, guy. I mean, it's like the thing is, this guy.
He created Jones Beach too. I mean, the kid created everything. The funny thing about him is like you look at something in New York, like a beach, a swimming pool, a building,
kid created
a bridge.
it.
You're like, at some point, most of it is Robert Moses.
Yeah.
It had something to do with it.
He has
Either
something to do with
did
it.
it or
He
they were
commissioned it,
influenced by
or
him.
yeah, he.
So it's like that sucks, I mean, it sucks. He was who he was, but it's like what.
Yeah, I mean, the kid was just obsessed with laying things out and building things.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
So he was a big lover of swimming, supposedly, and
Kid's got a swimmer's body. I mean, he's got a long torso.
yeah, he finally died in West Islip.
Oh,
He
he
died
died-
out on the island.
He died on
the
the
kid
island?
loved Long Island.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah.
The same way I can't stay in
I-
Ridgewood for too long, you can't stay on Long Island too long.
I do not like Long Island.
But you're moving up to North Salem, which is just Long Island in Westchester.
Yeah.
God, you're coming back to the Ridge.
It's never gonna happen.
There's no way I can wake up and walk around and just substitute you for Joe DeRosa.
So there's plenty of state parks named after Robert Moses. He's got one in Messina. You know where all these places are in Long Island?
Yeah. Robert Moses.
State Park, Thousand
Yeah,
Islands in
It's in
Messina.
Suffolk County.
And then you got Robert Moses State Park in Long Island, Robert Moses Causeway on Long Island, the Robert Moses Hydroelectric Dam in Lewistown, New York. Shout out Smithtown Water.
Yeah.
And then the Niagara Scenic Parkway in Niagara Falls, New York, was originally named the
But they're
Robert
going to
Moses
change all those
State
names
Parkway.
eventually. As soon as Seth Simon gets this, it's just all going to be changed.
Yeah, he doesn't have a. Is there a school named after him?
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's a school named after him in North Babylon, New York. On
Yeah, of
Long
course.
Island.
But it won't. I guarantee you, in the next 15 years, they'll change his name. It won't be Robert Moses for long.
Yeah, during his tenure as chief of the state park system, the parks grew to nearly 2,600,000 acres. By the time he left, he had built 658 playgrounds in New York City alone, plus 460 miles of parkway and 13 bridges. So the kid was just like, he was screwed in and tied into local politics, and for some reason wanted to build everything, and he definitely did not like black people.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And
Yeah.
you hate to see that because the Jews have been through some shit.
Yeah.
He was a Jewish kid who hated black people.
What are you going to do?
And what are you going to do?
We've talked about this. It's tribalism. Humans are not meant to live in this utopian coexistence. So
What do you think?
doesn't excuse anything, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what do you want, guy?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you want? It's just. I don't know. I'm just a pawn in this game too. I'm just fucking playing the game.
the BQE could be better. I mean, what do you think about the
You know
final
what's a-
results? The
you know what's a-
BQE's fucking.
How about this? How
could be
about this
better.
little wild fact about the BQE?
It's a parking lot. The BQE.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
I remember there used to be there still is always traffic on the BQE, but I remember there was so much traffic when you go right under like the Manhattan Bridge, like there's a span of it, like you go under the Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge, it runs right under it. And I mean, so much traffic. My father used to pick me up and take me back to his house on Staten Island, so we had to go that way. And I'm talking about it would take like 2 hours to get from Ridgewood to Staten Island, just traffic. And there were no cell phones back then, so my dad couldn't even, put money on the games. He just had to just deal with it. So he had to call. We had to get off, and he had to call in from a payphone. But anyway, then in high school, in Archbishop Malloy High School, shout out Stan, is St. Anna's. That's the name of the team. We had a career day, and an FBI agent came in and talked to us and told us that all that traffic, all the construction workers and all that on the BQE were actually undercover CIA agents, and they were scanning our cars right after 9/11 because they believed that a car or a truck could blow up from the BQE, could blow themselves up and then blow up the spans of the Brooklyn Manhattan Bridge because the BQE goes right under it. Wild.
Wow.
So it was
Wow.
fake traffic that they
Wow.
probably still do.
Wow.
They were never construction workers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything was heightened. It was
Yeah.
heightened right after 9/11. I remember I called in one.
You did?
Yeah, there was a truck. We were
You're
shooting.
an FF.
We were shooting something underneath the bridge down in Dumbo before it was done. I mean, 2001 Dumbo did not look
You're
like
a
what it was.
concerned kid.
Yeah, and
always.
it wasn't just me. It was a bunch of us down there.
Yeah.
And we saw just a truck down there, and because that's what happens. You watch the news and you get like brain warped,
Sure.
and so we just called in the police, and it was just like a delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just called the police. We were like, "There's a truck. It's under the bridge."
Yeah. But you know what?
You didn't call in any 9/11s?
I don't rat, guy.
Yeah,
I was raised not to be a rat. It's like if you see something, say something. It's like not New York guy.
yeah.
You say it yourself.
I would have totally pegged you as someone who would have made a 911 call against somebody who was behind a cash register at a 7-Eleven.
No, but I
You
did.
definitely have that
Well, I
look.
told you right after 9/11. I told you an hour after 9/11 actually happened on the actual day. A kid who's a firefighter now in my class, Petey, he threw a garbage can through a convenience store window, but they were Sikhs. They were Indian Sikhs.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of my fucking country.
Horrible, yeah.
I'm like, that's not them
Those
at all.
kids that's when they really got discriminated against.
Yeah.
I feel like those kids, they're like, yo, man, we're just Hindus. We're Sikhs.
Yeah, got nothing to do with it.
By the way, Pakistan and India is going to go to nuclear war. It's just going to happen.
Are you gonna get nuked?
It's bad.
Are
Well,
we far enough
they're
away
both-
where they can't get any on us?
No, if they
Oh.
go to nuclear war, we're all done. They both have nukes, and they're fucking. This dispute over Kashmir is wild.
Yeah, it's like, guy, I'm just here to tell you, Allah's not real, so put the weapons down. All right, we'll see you later. Listen, I'm on the phone real quick. I'm screwed in. I'm just doing.
The baby's in jail again.
The baby's in jail again, so I'm not paying attention, Venetia, and
He's just
fans
gotta
who
bail
get
his kid
mad.
out.
I'm just bailing my kid out, and I'm trying to make sure that the fucking Marquise is sold out for the Gramercy Theater because it's sold out.
Sold
I'm
out.
screwed in.
Yeah, it's sold out.
I'm promoting myself. Andrew Schultz taught me.
Lakeside Maple, we're brought to you by Lakeside Maple, guys. I am now a loyal, buyer, eater of Lakeside Maple. Mike, you got to get on the Lakeside Maple train. So do you, V.
That was really good what he gave us.
Yeah.
I consumed that in 2 days.
It's delicious. It really is like tasty, baked in pure maple syrup. The kids screwed in. It's going to blow up. Three flavors, original ginger chai spicy. Go to lakesidemaple.com, put in the promo code WILD, 15% off your order. Take a video of it. We'll repost it. Support our sponsors. We're brought to you by Sadra? Sadra? Or was it Sadra? I can't remember how he told me to pronounce it. I met him. He's a cool kid. Sandra Azizi, Sadra Azizi. I think it's Sadra.
Sadra.
I think
Go with
it's-
Sadra till he corrects us.
Yeah, Sadra Azizi. He's a New York-based GI doctor. Go to his YouTube channel if you want to watch some sneaker history, inspirational topics, some goofy medical education and advice videos for aspiring healthcare students and the general public. He's also a new toot comic. You're a non-toot. You're a fucking high-level non-toot. Part of our matriarchy, who's trying to become a comedian as well. His kid does it all. He's an actual doctor and he's doing comedy.
Yeah,
and
but
he's-
it's like, guy, don't everybody can't do comedy.
yeah, guy.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I love it.
He's
but
one
it's
of our
like,
sponsors. He can do whatever he
Yeah,
wants.
but it's like everybody's just like, yeah, but when we get to 2000, we're getting new sponsors. But it's just, I mean, not everybody can get these freebies forever. And it's like, guy, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're a funny kid or not, but it's like, does everybody just have to do comedy now? It's like, we got to just sit through, this bullshit. It's like, You know,
Yeah.
it's not for everybody, but whatever. Do what you want to do. I support your choices.
Yeah.
I voted for Hillary. Fuck everybody.
Sadra Azizi, DrSadraAzizi.com, and go to his YouTube channel. We love the kid.
This is not recording on the laptop. Is that okay?
Yeah, Zach's
Okay.
got it or he
Yeah.
doesn't. We don't know.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
anymore.
Vanatia, we being recorded. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're brought to you by CBD Script. That's the official CBD company of the History Hyenas podcast. Go to CBD Script, SCRIP, CBD Script, and put in your promo code Hyenas15 to get 15% off your total order of gummies, edibles, whatever kind of CBD you consume.
Yeah.
Go to
Whatever escape from reality you need because your life's too hard, just go to this guy.
Yeah, CBDscript.com. We love you. And also, 9th Street Auto Collision, 631-351-5300. Have you seen the picture of the kid when
Yeah, no, he's a sauce monkey.
he's
bad.
a fucking, and he looks like Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris.
He's sauced out.
He's sauced out. They're out there in Huntington Station.
Yeah.
For all your towing needs, for all your car needs. You know, you want your car to get cracked open and cleaned out. You need to be towed. You got a collision. You need to be repaired. You need body work. Go see
Yeah.
9th Street Auto Collision. I don't know why they call themselves 9th Street Auto Collision because they're located on 133 West Hills Road.
It's just what it is.
We've never brought up that you guys need a new marketing director.
Yeah.
Because you're called 9th Street Auto Collision,
Yeah.
but that's not your address.
Yeah, just make your fucking website youcanonlypayincash.com.
Yeah, why don't you call yourself? You need to start calling yourselves 133 West Hills Road Auto Collision.
Yeah, what are you doing? Because people are like, I'm on 9th Street, I don't see it.
So go there. They've been doing it over 20 years. They work with all insurance
Yeah.
companies. They do towing,
Yeah.
etc. All right, we're brought to you by a healthyhappysmile.com.
That's my fucking boy right here.
Yeah, a healthy smile family and cosmetic dentistry. I'm not even sure if he listens anymore. You
I
think
don't
he
care, but you
the
know what?
kid's so rich he just throws his fucking
Yeah,
money.
and we were
everywhere.
talking about like how beautiful his wife is. Like he himself would get cracked open.
Yeah, I mean-
that kid will get punched through while he's giving me a cleaning.
Yeah, because you know what happened? When we go down there to get our teeth done, which we're going to do,
That
is going to happen that me and Chris are going to go to South Carolina. We're going to get our teeth done. What's going to happen is I'm going to get in the chair, and Chris is going to get right in his lap.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna clean Yanni's teeth while you're also cleaning my ass.
Yeah. No, what's going to happen is you're going to get in Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr.'s lap, and his wife's going to do your teeth.
It's what it is.
It's what it is, while he's doing my teeth.
It's what it is.
So go to a healthyhappysmile.com. You can follow them on Instagram, a healthy smile Rock Hill. Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr., we love you. Thank you. And we're brought to you by Nutrition Made Fun, of course.
Yeah.
My nemesis.
This guy's he's the bestest kid.
Yeah, I mean, if your eyes are too far apart, he does have a resistance wristband workout that will pull them closer
That's
together.
what it is.
So go check out Matt Koch, join his programs, listen to his advice, especially follow him on the gram. Once you start following him on the
Yeah.
gram, you can follow whatever.
And he screwed it now because he put his ideas behind a paywall because he was just giving them out for free.
He was.
And all his paywall ideas are revolve around our lingo. So thank you so much, Matt, for kind of incorporating our podcast into your health plan.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
actually
it.
like that we got
He's
a few.
great, this kid.
And we got a few inaugural sponsors that, like, can help you in your life. You need your teeth cleaned?
Absolutely.
Take a trip. Take a fucking trip and make it fun. Go to see Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr.
No, I appreciate it too for
Yeah.
these sponsors, but the road's got to end somewhere, and it's ending when we get to 2,000 Patreon members.
So that's it.
The
Thank
price
you
is
guys.
going up.
Yeah, and we got some new Patreon.
Yeah, and just real quick, we got some new Patreon members, and real quick, he doesn't pay us all, but he's just our boy. I just want to shout out Sergio Chacon's got a new podcast called
Yes.
the DBS Podcast.
I'm gonna be
so
on
go
it.
get that on iTunes and Google Play and wherever fucking else. He's probably got on public access. I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
But it's just like
He asked me to be on it, and I said, I'm going to be on it, but you know what, Sergio? Like, I'm a little bit of a bigger fish for you to catch.
Yeah.
Build it up a little bit
Build
before
it
I go
up a
out
little
there.
bit,
You
yeah.
know? I mean, just build it up before you ask me or Chris to go on.
yeah, it's like Sergio.
Because this is the biggest promotion you're going to get right now.
Yeah.
He's got a new podcast, and we love Sergio. Go
Yeah, it's
listen
like
to
Serge.
it.
It's like you're my boy, but I grossed over $1 million this year, so
Where's Jean right
Where's
there?
Jean? Just
Making
edit it
out.
out.
Yeah, we don't even know where it is because we're editing this
it's
into
just
a
what it is,
right?
guy.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
fuck it, just get a smaller hat. All right. Real quick, there's
Thank you for giving us Venetia, by the way.
By the way, yes, yeah, appreciate that. So there's only 9 new Patreon members because it's just kind of you guys joined a little. We gave the big one last week, but every week we want to read out anybody who joins. We want to read out. So the floods come in more on they come in more. We read more names out on the episodes that come out on Mondays.
And by the way, it's not searchable on Patreon. We just finally learned. Mike told us a while ago, but we don't listen to Mike because we're fucking stupid kids. But Mike tried to tell us this. But you cannot search for History Hyenas
So
on
how
the
do we
Patreon.
make it searchable?
They have to just know the link, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
Yeah, you know what? Just go to historyhyenas.com and it's on there.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to join, tell them to come here to our website and they can find it on there, directly linked. You guys will also be putting it on your Instagram, so swipe up.
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
you got to join because we got people to pay.
We got people to pay. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, most of these names are just straight to the backs, which is totally fine. I'm going to read them out quick, and then there are 2 people who made names, and I'll read those out last. So straight to the back here for the content, Samantha Blake, Joshua Sanchez, Sean, Nino DePaula, Sauce Monkey 10, Amy DeKoch, King Chorizo, funny, Jake Simon, and then we got Rebecca, Irish girl with no fumes, McDermott, and then Amanda, I don't know my dad, but he probably works at Smithtown Water. Wolf.
She's the winner.
So
of the
she's
week.
the winner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So she's a PPW. There's only 9 of them. Thank you guys so much for your service. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
We
shout out
appreciate
Smithtown
it.
Water.
Shout out Smithtown Water.
Department.
Yeah.
Check 1, 2. Did he want to be on, or you asked him?
I asked him.
Oh.
It was fantastic.
He's great, man.
That was a fantastic
Yeah.
episode. Wonderful. Yeah. My pillow thing.
You pulled up. You pulled up a funny one. We got lucky with that one.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What do we got to do?
Tank Sinatra.
Oh, is there a copy?
No, you just said
Mention Tank, podcast, Tank,
Oh.
Tank's good news.
yeah.
So what are we releasing as a regular episode next week?
Wednesday.
Oh, got it.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's say Tank's good news, right? And then Think Tank, and then he said we can go wild. It's Tank's good news, Think Tank, and Tank Sinatra on Instagram.
Right.
Okay. You want to start or you want me to
Yeah, I'll
start?
start it.
And he said we could say what, like go wild, be silly. He doesn't care.
And this is very exciting, guys. We have our first official sponsor, and he happens to be a friend of the podcast. He was actually a guest of the podcast.
Our first official $500 sponsor.
Yes.
It's Tank Sinatra. Kid's stupid. But go check out Tank's Good News.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding around. I mean, we couldn't be more thankful to have this guy as our sponsor. Tank's Good News on Instagram, Tank Sinatra on Instagram, and his podcast, which you've done, Giannis.
Yes.
Inside the Think Tank.
It's the Think Tank, right?
The Think Tank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Should we do it again?
On Gas Digital.
It's on Gas Digital.
It's on Gas
Well,
Digital.
no,
So the
they're
whole
going to have to
thing's-
give us more money if they want us to plug Gas
Yeah,
Digital.
Gas Digital. The whole thing's behind a paywall.
It's not good for podcast growth. Anyway, Tank Sinatra, Tank's Good News is an absolutely phenomenal Instagram. He's actually, this is great. It's great to have spot. I fucking eat Lakeside Maple. I follow Tank's Good News. It's all positive stories. Also, Tank Sinatra on Instagram. They're both massive
seriously.
Instagrams. Yeah, so go follow Tank. You're going to be hearing about him every episode because now we got his money.
Yeah, so go follow him so his money's worth it.
And also, for another good thing, the kid likes to do steroids. He's from out on the island.
He's from down the island. Make no mistake, Tank Sinatra is the originator of Smithtown Water.
That's where it happened.
So Smithtown Water Department.
That's where it happened. It happened on that episode. I think he was actually criticizing Smithtown
Yeah.
Water, and you just said shout out Smithtown Water, and now shout out Smithtown Water.
Shout out Smithtown Water. It's all from Tank Sinatra, and we're making T-shirts, and we're making money off his likeness. He's not getting a piece. He's giving us $500 a month.
Go follow Tank's Good News on the gram.
Love you.
Hey, yo!